Hi guys, today I'll be recapping Dirty Little Deeds. I'll be focusing on Jessica and Simon's relationship. The movie begins with a flashback. A woman is being chased through a vineyard. She eventually runs to the road and is hit by a car. Present day. Jessica is a wine critic. She invites her best friend Madison with her to a wine tasting event. They don't seem too impressed with the wine at that winery. But before they leave, a muscly guy walks by after overhearing them. He seats them at a table and serves them wine for Jessica to critique. Sparks are flying between Jessica and the guy. He invites Jessica for dinner that night. He then introduces himself as Simon Prescott, owner of the winery. Jessica goes to dinner with Simon that night. There's lots of smiles. After a 6-month whirlwind romance, Simon and Jessica get engaged, then married. Right after the wedding, Simon gets the news his father died. He tells Jessica he has to go home, and she decides to go with him. As they drive to Simon's home, he tells Jessica he and his family have been estranged for a long time. They arrive at Simon's family estate in Black Oaks. Jessica loves the place, but walks into a house to a very cold welcome from Simon's mom and his sister. Miss Watkins, the house manager, shows her to her room. Jessica notices a photo of Simon and his ex-wife by a barrel in the vineyard in her bedroom, but Miss Watkins removes it swiftly. As Simon is busy with family matters, Jessica decides to go into town. Everyone is acting very strange in the store she visits. Then she bumps into a police detective who asks her to find out what happened to Daphne, Simon's missing ex-wife. Jessica returns from town and goes for a walk in the vineyard, where she notices the barrel from the photo of Simon and his ex-wife. Then something or someone scares her. Then Simon shows up and Jessica asks him what happened to Daphne. He says she vanished one night without any warning. He thinks his family scared her off. Then he takes Jessica to the gazebo he built for Daphne, his ex-wife, by the lake. Then Simon's family invites Jessica and Simon to dinner. Jessica is upset and leaves dinner early as Simon's family interrogates her about her intentions with the family's fortune. Simon's family is upset that Simon's dad changed his will so that all his fortune goes to Simon's heir. Simon tries to comfort Jessica and suggests she invites Madison, her best friend, to spend time with her at the estate. Madison arrives. Jessica overhears Evelyn, Simon's sister, say not so nice thing about her as Evelyn and Simon yell at each other. Jessica runs outside and Simon goes after her to comfort her. Jessica and Madison then go to the gazebo Simon built Daphne by the lake to hang out. Jessica is having doubts about her marriage to Simon. Then a dead body of a female rises to the surface of the lake. Lots of screaming. The detective has a long talk with Jessica and thinks the body is Daphne's, Simon's missing ex-wife, and asks Jessica if she trusts Simon. Simon's family calls an urgent meeting to discuss the matter. Jessica storms out of the meeting crying after comments made by Simon's family. Simon runs after her. Jessica tells Simon she is leaving with Madison. She demands he tells her what happened to Daphne. Simon tells her he can't remember anything that happened the night he last saw Daphne. They were celebrating the opening of the winery. He got drunk and blacked out. Simon begs Jessica to stay. Jessica stays, but spends the night digging up the past. She wonders if Simon may have cheated on Daphne. Madison tells her Simon loves her despite having options. Jessica is mad at Madison's comment and storms off to take a bath. Someone knocks Jessica out and she falls into the bathtub filled with water. Madison and Simon rescue her. Jessica thinks someone tried to kill her, but Simon and Madison don't think so. Jessica has a concussion and must stay in bed. Simon recruits Madison to help him plan a surprise wine tasting for Jessica's new restaurant. Jessica notices Madison and Simon are spending way too much time together and thinks they are having an affair. She gets upset at them. Then the venue door opens and she realizes it's a surprise. Then Madison, rattled by Jessica's accusation, drinks the poisoned wine intended for Jessica and collapses to her death. Simon now believes that someone is trying to kill Jessica. Simon suggests to Jessica the two of them spend some alone time after everything that has happened. As soon as he steps out, Jessica goes digging again. She finds the photo again of Simon and his ex-wife Daphne by the barrel in the vineyard. She goes straight to the barrel in the vineyard, turns it over and finds Daphne's missing rings underneath. She goes back to the house and secretly calls the detective and tells her she finds Daphne's rings. Simon returns and invites Jessica for a ride. Jessica pops the door open and runs away. Simon chases her into the vineyard. He finally catches up with her, but the detective shows up right on time and knocks him to the ground. She arrests him for the murder of Daphne and Madison. Jessica heads back to the house and starts packing. She calls her dad for somewhere to stay. The detective calls Jessica and tells her they don't have enough evidence to hold Simon and he made bail and she needs to get out of the house. Then someone knocks out Jessica. She's held hostage by a bridge by Miss Watkins, the house manager, who claims to be Daphne's mom. Simon goes to Jessica's rescue. Miss Watkins thinks Simon killed Daphne, so she is trying to hurt him by hurting Jessica. She pushes Jessica to the side and stabs Simon. Then Miss Watkins is hit by an oncoming car to her death. The car is driven by Evelyn, Simon's sister. Evelyn confesses to killing Daphne to Simon and Jessica. Evelyn and her husband, her accomplice, are arrested. Flash forward. Simon and Jessica are expecting a baby. Simon has helped Jessica open her restaurant at the estate called Madison's. The end. I hope you enjoyed this movie recap. Bye guys.